Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Make a Good Mega Man Level 2. Last week we had completed all of Tier 4, gotten a couple achievements. We are at 41 elements and 42 nickels. Let's get back into things. Let's start with Tier 5. If my controller will work with me. And I figured let's play a little bit as Proto Man. Alright, starting right away with 50th place by Paramajon. Holy crap, Mega Man can air slide? Score 26.4, 36, 10, 24, 34, 28. Jupi's least favorite level. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but go ahead and get started. 1 element and 2 nickels. So yes, the gimmick with this stage is you can slide not only on the ground, but in the air.
Jump, jump. Slide, slide.
Alright. Alright. Should have let go of my charge. That one's on me.
Jump, jump. Slide, slide.
Trying to follow my action. Follow my controller.
Jump, jump. Slide, slide.
Controller. Need to time my stuff better.
Jump, jump. Slide, slide.
Oh no, Juppy Hornet does have his reasons. I've already heard the commentary, which I will read once I'm done. But most of everything right now is my own doing.
jump, jump. Slide, slide.
Also, I'm personally kind of dealing with an aging Xbox One controller, so...
Slide, jump, slide. Jump, jump.
Pretty sure I reached a checkpoint. Yeah, I did. I think I'm gonna have to do this stage twice. Because... Okay, so I need to...
Slide, jump, slide. Jump, jump.
Just get very picky timing. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. I gotta get the timing. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Ooh. Yep. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, wait. I remember. Okay. Okay, well, I got that nickel, so I shouldn't need to go out that way. I forget what that second ladder leads. Now we gotta get back over there. Without dying, of course. That might be helpful. Okay. Yep. Really? Well, I'm back here now. Now, the $64 million question is, where is the next nickel? Should have moved a little bit closer. Ah. What the heck? I just come to a dead stop. What the heck? I'll try double jump. There, I was standing on something. Yeah, there's something. You know what it is? I think it's the invisible track for the block snake. That's what I was running into. I'm sorry? Okay, well that's one nickel and one element. Now the $64 million question is, where is the second nickel? I think it's on the other path that I didn't... Probably going to be on the other path I didn't take?
Jump, jump. Fly, fly.
So I need to go out. I overthought. Hey, Dusky Sam, thanks for the follow. Glad to see you here.
Jump, jump.
More people, more viewers to get me into affiliate. And Moon, thanks for the follow. I thought you already were, but... yeah. Okay, that's fine. This way. Thank you, Eddie. Oh, really? That's... Huh. Well...
Jump, 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 jump.
I didn't go that way. Ah, yes. This beast. I don't think I can cheat it by climbing the wall with... Okay, so you can. Yeah, what they want you to do is... jump, slide, jump, shoot the opposite way, and then land on the platform. But I already got the nickel, so we're done. Let's see what the judges say. Snowrun Pyro. Ready to spoil the gimmick and the title. Wow. This level is pretty neat. It's cool to see that someone brought air sliding into this game, and there's some pretty great setups made with it. The air jump slide is pretty neat and adds a new twist to the air slide gimmick. And some of the acrobatics involved in the level are super fun to pull off. I really like the rooms with the fire waves. They're super tricky but fun to work around. The Noble Nickel rooms are pretty great too, though I kind of struggled with the first one. I think a lot of people did. I really liked the block train segment. It reminds me of a few levels in SMW ROM hacks. I'll be specific and say Impetuous Athletic, and no one will know what I mean. Know what that means. Boss fight is neat too. It reminds me of something you would legit see in a ROM hack. I think it actually is in a ROM hack. I just forget which. 2 issues, though. 1, that quick time event room after the midpoint is dumb, and 2, sometimes my jump doesn't register while air sliding. I don't know. But overall, it's a super nice level, though I think the solid blue background could have at least been black, because it kind of looks ugly right now. And Jupy Hornet. Look, there are levels that have a lot of potential, but fail when it comes to execution. Then there are other levels that are just bad. Then there are levels like this, which do both. This was by far the most disappointing level in the contest for me, and for that reason, it's my least favorite. Seriously, you can do so many things with an air sliding gimmick. Rockman 5 Air Sliding and Rockman 4 Burst Chaser X Air Sliding are both amazing ROM hacks that utilize the gimmick very well. This level, on the other hand, doesn't use the gimmick very creatively at all. All you really did with it was have the player use it to hit switches and jump on Plant-Man platforms. Slide over to the switch, a platform appears under you. Shoot with the Plant-Man platform, slide over to it. It's just not fun, especially with enemies everywhere. There was a room where the player died if they didn't know to slide to the right when falling. Fell to that many times. The jump after an air slide function was sometimes unresponsive, leading to a lot of deaths, and it was even worse when you required the player to use it with the fireballs everywhere. The aesthetic was very minimal, with nothing more than a blue background and some blocks, and the junk guys and springs appeared to be standing on nothing, which is just lazy. I also think the only thing I can really say I liked about this level was the boss, which was like a spruced up Top Man. Overall, though, I was extremely disappointed in this level. It really did drop the ball. You can do much better than this. Angel. Interesting idea. I really like the platforming possibilities that this mechanic introduces. The pure platforming segments scattered mostly throughout the first half of the level are fun and intense, though I think they could do with less enemies, as they're sometimes placed in a way where they're ripping the player out of the flow of the level. I didn't enjoy the direction of the level took with its fire and block snake sections. The fire sections felt like a ton of cheap hits, and I fell into a pit in the second nickel section far too many times. The block snake section replaces all the tense action of the level with slowly waiting for the snake to advance so the player can get to the boss. The boss itself was a really fun fight. I like how his attacks line up to allow for an easy dodging pattern that still made me feel like I was skillfully dodging a tough opponent. Role-playing, woo! If this level toyed around more with the platforming segments, perhaps by introducing other types of platforms, by having a section where, for instance, gust lists move in parallel and the player has to jump between them to avoid obstacles, I would have enjoyed this level a lot more. As it stands, though, neat concept. Gariri. Really awesome concept, but it just wasn't executed well enough. The level design is primitive, as it is filled with plenty of extremely cheap spots. The main gimmick isn't used as well as it should have been. Naturally, the level gets frustrating or boring fast. Another problem is that the main mechanic just doesn't work that well. For example, if you jump after sliding, you can't dash mid-air again, and you can't double jump if you don't dash mid-air beforehand. Other than that, the boss is kind of generic and the graphics are boring, but that's about it. A-Spark. Oh boy, here we go. This stage has a seriously cool concept and primary gimmick. The challenges are interesting and unique, and we even defy dev kit only expectations by having a modified boss at the end. So what went wrong? Well, this stage simply isn't very fun. This particularly comes down to presentation. Excuse me. Sorry, a lot of talking. It's hard to have fun in a space with zero context. There doesn't appear to be any progress being made. The player just gets a dull blue background. The player is visually bored to tears only 30 seconds into the stage, and somehow the graphics get worse as the stage goes on. The lack of graphics also hurts the gimmick setups. There are many situations where a tiled background could have been used to give indicators as to where something is going to travel, to draw the player's eye to what they should be looking at, and overall, just have the level playing make sense. One of the other issues comes down to sheer frustration. There's the second nickel, and this might just be one of the worst nickels in the game. Bear in mind your earlier screen with the fire waves is already rather obnoxious, not helped by the fact that visually they are rather hard to track where they are supposed to travel. But the second nickel, oh man, These screens are so finicky, require such precise timing that it quickly becomes a chore, then a slog, and then you want to throw your controller out the window as you are knocked into the pit for the 100th time. The real thing that kills these screens is the fact that fireballs curl back on themselves. One would have been bad enough. Both fireballs curling back, there was no reason for this. This renders the challenge into something that is too exact, mostly because the player themselves also has to curve backwards to land back onto it safely. And there's 2 such screens. Alright, so the nickels are optional, sure, but they should never cross the line into absurdity like this. Clever stage that is just too clever by half to be all that enjoyable. Really, really wish some effort had been expended into the tile set, as my memories of this level are awash with the color blue and only blue. Yeah, I'll be honest, it's kind of a weird thing, but given what I've played so far, there's a lot worse. Hey, Crackman. Believe it or not, I used to play some serious Galaga back in the day. Oh. Alright. Getting back on track here. 49th place by Mini Macro. Maze of significantly less death. Oi. 26.6. 18, 37, 18, 38, 22. 1 energy element, and let's go. And, save them, okay. Okay. I hope this isn't gonna be like... VVV. These 6 concepts. I always have trouble saying that game's name. It's a fun game. It's a bit hard at times. Okay, so I am going to need 5 keys without dying. Hopefully I can do that. And are they... Well, I died, but don't have any keys yet, so that's fine. Thanks, baby. Can I... I guess I should be thankful. Okay, so... freaked out there for a second. Okay. There's that. Alright, so let's get back, drop the key. Alright, well, so far the title lives up to its name. If I remember right, I think this guy also submitted a level for the first Mag Mammal, and it was a massive maze that just... oh, was a pain in the ass. I think he's gotten a lot better. Oh. Oh. Okay. I have 3 key marks on me. Did he actually... Okay, so... okay. Ladder goes down further. Alright, that's 4. Ow. Well, alright then. Oh, that is... I don't think I can make that, so... Alright, that's all 5. And that's the level. Alright. Oh, that's the gameplay. See what it does say. SnowRun Pyro. Lots of shield enemies. A lot of shield enemies. It drags down the gameplay by like a lot. A whole lot. The enemies used here are just extremely basic Mets, Sniper Joes, etc., and it makes the whole level feel boring, dull, and uninspired. I do like the use of the reverse gravity, though, and the behavior with reverse gravity plus underwater seriously weirded me out. Oh. Gosh dang it. Alright, we'll have to deal with that later. And the teammate dialogue was cute, too. But they're not like a huge part of the gameplay, really. I liked most of the rooms that did use the reverse grav, but they were few in number. Most of the rest of the level just felt bland and uninspired. And Sniper Joes, lots of Sniper Joes. GP Hornet. Hey, Flashman, nice level you got there. Looks like you learned something from your mistake last time. Yeah, like I said, if this is the same guy from Mega Man 1, yeah, he definitely learned. All jokes aside, the whole level was very well thought out, and it was clear you had to go to find the keys. Also enjoyed the humorous things everyone in the crew said. My only issue were that some of the gravity puzzles were a bit strange and the aesthetics were kind of a mess. Also, you can actually get some of the items while teleporting to the main room if you spawn there after you die. The worst part of it was the questionable energy placements. The part with the 4th key, I am what I am, was probably the worst in terms of this. Angel. As a VVV nerd, I am slightly saddened by this level. There's so much more it could have done with the V6 theme. The challenges presented are all pretty basic and random, and it all feels somewhat disconnected, held together by the V6 plot and music. As it stands, it's somewhat of a mess of ideas which one may enjoy on first playthrough, but is not worth revisiting due to its lack of meaningful content. Giriri. Generally, it's a level with mostly solid level design aside from a few sections, but for me, the biggest problem is the amount of bugs this stage has, such as having a broken camera or being able to be slammed into a wall because of buggy screen transitions. Nevertheless, the graphics are excellent, and this is definitely a stage I enjoyed. Hey Spark, I'm not Mega Man. I'm my original fan character, Blega Man. Neat idea, don't get me wrong, and your initial setup had me excited for something that never came. Therein lies the issue. The stage appears to be all idea and no substance. Nothing much happened. There were some good gimmick introductions, but never did I see any payoff. It is also, frankly, one of the easiest Mega Man stages I have ever encountered. I get the feeling so much effort was put into making this stage not frustrating that you probably went too far. The fact that there are so many collectibles with nothing to actually hurt you renders this a complete cakewalk. The tile set is also kind of ugly. It is interesting to look at and a decent idea for a level theme, but far too many segments just seem to be missing that required tiles or are weirdly placed. It is also hard to tell what is and isn't foreground at times. I also encountered a crap ton of level design bugs and blunders. which made it not only hard to backtrack, but also got me killed several times, as I was shunted into walls as I moved from area to area. The red area was the biggest offender here, and is so easy to stumble upon. I do wonder if this was playtested very much. Some of this has been fixed post-judging, but not all. Guys, seriously, controller. There's more to read. I was just sort of bored towards the end. It's inoffensive, but I doubt people are going to remember this very much. Good idea, bad execution. Yeah, it's not a bad stage. It's significantly better than the last level, I will say that. Hello, Scrooge. Bah, mug. There goes my last of my change to that dreaded city war machine. I say it's rigged. Yes, it is a level. It's a level from the first Meg Memo, which I also played on this stream. Broken and buggy as all. But it is a stage that has to be done for completion. I'm trying to summon the coil, not the jet. No. Hi. Oh, and I remember it has no checkpoints. I have an idea. Ah, not what I wanted. Oh well. And another one. Really? Okay. So that's good to know. Come on, I can do this. I am Sisyphus, and I will roll that boulder up the hill. Mountain, whatever. No. No. One of the secret levels down. Now on to 48th place by Game Trooper, Volcanic Furnace. 27, 30, 28, 28, 25, 24. One element and 3 nickels. Hopefully this isn't going to take very long. Okay, well there's 1 nickel. Let me oh, with that guy gone. Let's come over and get it. Alright, well, so far, not so hard. Company reminder. Magma refinery, right. Welding center, left. Currently closed. Oh. Alright, well, there's 2. And there's 3. Oh. Okay, well now I have all the nickels, so I just need to get to the end of the stage. And controller, if you would work with me, that'd be great. Okay, we're gonna put on Jewel Satellite. I'm hoping that will be... Alright, well that was enough to get me through. Okay. So going kind of early though. Okay. When in doubt, spark out. No boss. Okay. Alright. Well, we got that done. Let's see what the judges have to say. SnowRun Pyro. Good level overall. The level really picks up in the second half. I think once guts lifts come in. The first half isn't necessarily bad, it's just less focused than the second. And there's some enemies there that are used like literally once. Once the guts lifts come in though, I feel like the level plays a lot better, especially because it combines the lifts with stuff like fire pillars and killer bullets. I'm not sure if I like the killer bullet stretch though, because it feels like the bullet can screw you over too often. Most of the level still plays really well, though. There's not much beyond that. Really, it just plays well. It sticks to a few gimmicks, it's just plain good. GP Hornet. This level wasn't bad design-wise, but it was a mess aesthetically. There are features from like 6 different tile sets, which is fine if you do it right, but in this level it was clashy and it didn't look good. The first half of the level was really fun, but the second half was a bit extreme with the Guts Lifts plus Firebar section. Angel. I always find it rather sad when one particular section of a level overshadows everything else that goes on in the level. In this case, it's the Guts Lifts that are introduced halfway through, since it's very easy to die there. The level as a whole is pretty nice and has a good flow to it. It sadly introduces elements it later forgets about, but is still fair and enjoyable. The Guts Lifts section, while not bad, can be very difficult to traverse because the platforms don't always line up well. In the first section, it can be especially difficult to make one's way. Really, why do you talk like that? One's way across these platforms because of the missiles constantly getting in the way. Aside from that, fun stage. I also got out of balance once. Gariri. There's not a lot to talk about here. I don't think this is a bad level, but it's certainly nothing awesome. The level design is flawed, with quite a bit of bugs present, not to mention the sections with multiple instances of lifts, which are desynced. Other than that, there's just nothing. It's an okay stage, but there's just nothing interesting here. Acebark. I can't call this level bad, but it's not good. It's perfectly playable for the most part, but you do drop the ball significantly in several spots. This stage is ugly. Misused tiles, wonky animation, and tiles that are completely at odds with each other. Some segments even look unfinished. There are some good ideas here and there. Your combination of Firebar types were neat, as were two of the latter Noble Nickels. But your Guts platform segments was seriously wonky at times, really stupidly difficult for its own good. Why would you combine sine wave enemies that explode and respawn alongside tiny platforms and jumping to other tiny platforms? I suspect you played this level once or twice, convinced it was possible to do it, and then didn't bother seeing what other players of other skill levels thought. If you do not do that segment exactly right, you are waiting ages on a platform with high risk of death. That being said, the last Gutsman platform segment did what any good Mega Man stage should do, and combined gimmicks with other gimmicks. That is good, and that one feels a lot closer to real proper difficulty than the nutballed killer bullet segment. It's a shame you just have badly implemented elements all over the place. As if these worked better, you'd have the makings of a fun, if pretty average stage. Oh, and your use of a boss corridor without any climax? No. Yeah, overall, I thought it was good. The Gutsman lifts, they were out of sync in the last part. They were dropping too early before they hit the break in the bar, so... Gemini Man. I love arcade games. Gemini Man. I hate arcade games. Alright. So, next up, we have 47th place by M9M, Electric Dam. 27.4. 27, 29, 28, 26, 27. One energy element, let's go. Thought the game froze there for a second. I remember this. This has a... interesting gimmick. Counts down, and if you're still in the water when it hits 0, you get shocked. Okay, bit of a wonky enemy spam there. Ah, hey! Oh. Ow. Oh, no, there's no nickels here, so I think that might have just been an alternate path for alternate path's sake. Now that right there, that was a good stage in my opinion. Like a lot of the other creators, a lot of what the judges have saying about taking elements, introducing one at a time. Hey, Tyranno. But yeah, taking elements, introducing them one at a time, and then having an end segment where you combine them all. The end segment was short, I'll give it that, but it still had all the elements put together in a way where there was challenge. Let's see what the judges say. Oh hey, it's that one gimmick from Rock Force. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do anything with it. The enemy types it chooses to use are some of the beefy and annoying ones, Hammer Joes, Komasaburos, the Fiends, and the timer for the electric water is really slow, so the level just kind of amounts to button mashing against tanky enemies and doing the occasional jump to avoid getting shocked. It's not really the best, and there really isn't any creative setup with the electric water at all. It just kind of exists. It just kind of exists there as a mild hindrance. There's really not much else to this level, really. Just button mashing against enemies. The music is nice though. GP Hornet. A very interesting level. The shock gimmick in the water was kind of cool, but it wasn't introduced well or used in an interesting way, like the one in Shockman stage in Rock Force. I didn't realize it was there until I got hit by it. Ninjal. A fairly decent level centered around the flashing water mechanic it introduced early on. I think it was pretty fun, but could convey its ideas to the player better and use its resources in a more organized manner. Basically what I mean is how the level makes a few assumptions about the player which cannot always guarantee. On my first playthrough, I completely missed the flash of water in the safe room in which it is introduced, only to then be surprised by it on the next screen while fending off a Hammer Joe in the water. In addition, I feel like the level constantly drops a few too many enemies on the player at a time, with the first screens already using two tanky ones in synergy with each other, and later screens almost ambushing the player with 4 at once. It can be quite overwhelming as a result. I often found myself sticking to the edge of a room while taking care of the enemies currently on screen, but in some areas this becomes a problem, as I got hit by the water from the adjacent screen, which was already passed, but which had a hitbox extending onto the screen I was on. Overall, nice idea, but it needed more ideas mixed with the core concept to mix its challenges up. Seriously, I feel like they're talking like Yoda. Guriri. There's not a lot of bad things about this level, but there's even less good things. I just feel that it offers absolutely nothing new or interesting, and it just gets boring most of the time. The one fairly original gimmick isn't interesting, and the level design is mostly just empty and boring, and occasionally has too many enemies in one area. I just don't know what else to say here. It's okay at best, honestly. Acebark. That stage was certainly there. It existed. Reusing Rock Force's Shockman gimmick was absolutely fine, but this feels half-assed. One stretch was interesting towards the end of the level, leaving me with nowhere to go but time a jump out of the water. This was good. Wanted to see more clever sections like that. I think in this case, implementing another dev kit gimmick might have been good for you. This wasn't bad, but very average across the board. In other nitpicks, the color scheme was bizarre and somewhat clashing, although the tile set looked great otherwise, and there were many missing collision tiles in the middle of the stage, and it is possible to get stuck. Fixed post-judging. The enemy selection was also pretty mixed, and several screens were very crowded. Overall, it's not bad, but very average, and I doubt many will remember this stage at all. I did. Hey, Magnet Man. I'm frustrated because I can't play any of the cabinets. When I get close to them, they glitch up. Oh, the pain of being a literal magnet. Alright. Let me see. We are on... Yeah. I had the wiki open earlier. I guess I must have closed it. Whatever. Okay. 46th place. Quint Boy. Quint Stage. 27.6. 25, 28, 30, 27, 28. One energy element. Let's go. Oh joy, water physics with platforms. Not the best place for a hot dog. Hello, Fan Fiend. Oh. Well, Easter egg. Metal Man is deathly allergic to his own weapon. Okay, that is not a way to go. Yeah. I'm only at 300? I mean, I did spend a lot of my bolts, yes, last time. Oh, go up again. I simply say bypass your setup. All right. Hi. Really? That far back. Okay. Oh, right. Going up. Oh. Alright. Moving on. Oh, sure. No. Of course. Okay, and your weakness is still your weapon. Well, that was a fun stage. Let's see what the judges think. SnowRun Pyro. It's an okay level, but there are some rooms with very questionable design decisions which kind of bring the whole thing down for me. Mainly the part with the needles and the ladders. It's fine until the new shot man, which just cheap shots you sometimes if it feels like it, and just keeps knocking you down over and over, and it gets you killed in an otherwise easy level. The other problem screen is the one with the double new shot man. I have no idea how to dodge anything there, and considering it's right after a mini boss fight, you might be low on health and immediately die. I did. Other than those two screens, the level isn't really anything special. It uses like every asset related to Mega Man 2, the Game Boy one, but I don't think they were used that interestingly. With the exception of the Crash Man lifts. It's just kind of a level that exists that's all, hey, remember what was in that one Game Boy game? I feel like more could have been done with this concept, really. Also, the transition from Top Man to Quint is kind of broken. I don't know what you did. GP Hornet. This stage was okay, I guess. There was nothing particularly special about it, really, but it was kind of fun while it lasted. However, in the underwater section, it was a bit hard to tell what was a block and what wasn't, and the Crashman platforms went out of sync really easily. The Yoku block puzzles would have been fine by themselves, but the magnets sent them over the edge and difficulty compared to the rest of the level. The screen transition after the Top Man boss was really weird, and I think you forgot to place tiles under the vertical drop boss doors. Angel. A pretty good stage with some interesting ideas. While some rooms felt rather random, such as the second room from the start, all the basic ideas this level has with this gimmick are executed pretty well. Aside from the spike ladder climb, as that part is just unexpected hits galore. The Yoku block section, while intimidating, is nice, and I appreciate the safety net catching players who are learning to get used to the drag. Overall, a pretty neat stage with cool ideas that are sadly tossed away before they can get expanded upon. Angel. There's nothing interesting here. It's alright at best. I think certain sections of this level just feel unnecessary. The 3 hot dog mini-bosses in a row were pointless, and the section with the Yoku blocks didn't need to be there, and could be skipped way too easily. Other than that, nothing here is particularly impressive. I think the level could have been better. And a spark. Fairly generic level overall. There is nothing noteworthy and wrong with it, but equally nowhere are the boundaries pushed enough to make it feel fresh. When your most interesting setups are replicating Mega Man's Yoku blocks but worse, and sticking hot dogs underwater, you know you really have a fairly generic level overall. In all fairness, you do offer a few new setups on some of the existing gimmicks. They just aren't that interesting. I get what you're going for. You're trying to make this feel like a Wily stage. Fair enough. The problem with mimicking Wily stages from the earlier Mega Man games, though, is well, not to beat a dead horse, they're generic. There are a few problem spots. I am not sure the Yoku Block segment was well handled. The way the magnets are placed means the player is constantly swapping polarities between polarities, and magnets having no effect. It's disorienting, and I feel after a couple of attempts, most people will give up there and use Super Arrow. I did. I didn't even try. Another issue is that pits are not in any way clear that they are, in fact, pits, which is always a major annoyance. You set up an odd, interesting, optional challenge, and your reward is bolts. This will leave players feeling fairly gypped, since bolts really are not enough of a reward for tackling these areas. This contest has noble nickels as a collectible. You really should have used them, particularly over bolts. Also, 3 dev kit bosses for the price of 1. What they add to the level is beyond me, but they don't exactly hurt it either. So all is fair. They at least fit the stage situation. Moving on. Hello, Blade Man. What are these mighty blades, you ask? You may think they're built for combat, but their primary purpose is to make the world's best sushi. Hello, Dagger Man. Don't tell Blade Man I'm down here. He's still mad because I took a stupid wallet. "45th place, Z-Saber, a Mega Man for all seasons. 28.2, 26, 19, 39, 30, 27. 1 energy element and 4 nickels. October 15th, XX. For treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned 6 months in the Tower of London. Right, there's one. Sir Thomas More. How any man should be so much taken with the glaring doubtful luster of a jewel or a stone that can look up to a star or to the sun itself, or how any should value himself because his clothes is... Yeah, it's a lot of stuff from... That's right. I'm not going to bother to sit here and read it all, to be honest with you. For treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned 9 months in the Tower of London. Ow! There goes my no damage. For one man to abound in wealth and pleasure when all about him weep and smart for it is to be a jailer and not a king. There's 2. For treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned 12 months in the Tower of London. The shrimp's gone to space. If a king should fall under such contempt or envy that he could not keep his subjects in their duty but by oppression and ill usage, and by rendering them poor and miserable, it were certainly better for him to quit his kingdom than to retain it by such methods as make him, while he keeps the name of authority, lose the majesty due to it. July 15XX. Sir Thomas More has been tried and found guilty of treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England. He is hereby sentenced to death. Oh. Gosh dang it. My time draws near. With what wisdom shall I leave you? Perhaps you might enjoy a touch of gallows humor? My beard hath not offended the king. Pity that thou should be cut, that has committed no treason. Ah, maybe not. You seem a serious fellow. Sir More, I presume. Hast thee any last words? Komoso Man with no invincibility frames. Alright. Well, let's see what the judges have to think. Zora Pyro. Cute little level, though I do feel it kind of decreased in quality at the end and sort of became a mess. I liked the initial room with the setups with the... with the Mummerize, but later rooms just kind of felt like enemy spam, especially the spring one with the chicken enemies. Nope. The level is pretty short, so there isn't really much to say, though in the winter and spring sections it looked really weird when there was snow and rain that didn't animate. The idea is cool, and the dialogue with Thomas More and the Executioner is funny, but there is not that much level design to go with it. And what there is just okay. There's some weird enemy placements throughout, like there's a lightning lord at the start you can just snipe from the ladder and never poses an actual threat, among other things. It's a cute and good attempt, but I feel like it just needed more content in general and needed a better central focus. Droopy Hornet. As time went on, this level made less and less sense, and the enemy placement felt very spammy. The third part was especially weird and nonsensical, with all the random flying shrimp. The graphics were pretty messy, especially the fourth section with the random sand everywhere. Overall, the time travel thing is neat, but it kind of feels like the level just copied and same section 4 times and changed the enemies around every time, sometimes adding more hazards. The gimmick started off nicely, but the level just feels really rushed, especially towards the end. Overall, good concept, bad execution. Angel. The plot in this level is what made it for me, to be honest. Throwing Mega Man into this timeline like that is pretty silly, and while it is just the same few rooms over and over with a slight twist on it, I found myself just smiling at the charm nonstop. I wonder how this level could have been done more to mix things up. It tries its best by introducing elements like water and quicksand, though I found them to be more of a hassle than an addition to the formula, and while I did shake the environment up a bit. It went away before I was able to get accustomed to it. In a sense, I like the janky, rapidly changing environment that tries to get in the player's way over and over with different methods. I'm just thinking if there was a layout that would have allowed for more customization between seasons. Sorry for rambling. Really fun level. Guriri. It's a nice little stage. I like the main concept behind it and wonder why the seasons gimmick wasn't used in any other level. I also like the boss choice and a mini-plot. However, this level has many problems. Looking at the primitive stage layout as well as the bad enemy placement, I can say that I don't like the level design here. Additionally, I felt that getting through the same stage with minor variations 4 times was tiring. Also, the tiles are really boring and don't look good at times. Decent level overall, but could it be better? Okay, Acebark. This has to be just about the oddest Mega Man level I have ever played. I mean, for all the issues, it's not without charm, and I personally found it rather entertaining. Possibly for the same reason you chose to do such a thing actually. I dig this area of history and found the entire thing fascinating. The item hut for the nickels was pretty cool too. They're not hard, but they are neat. Can you spot the stray pixel clue or spot this tiny hint challenges? The whole concept behind revisiting the area several times over the seasons was great. It's almost handled well enough, but the further you get into the level, the less sense the obstacles make. Enemy selection was all over the place, but not terrible. Just some odd choices every so often. Neat idea aside, this stage does have some glaring issues. There's a complete lack of challenge outside of maybe the Squidon boss, and far too many power-ups around the place make an already easy stage even easier. I'm not sure what is going on with the graphics here. For every well-chosen tile, there is 2 really weird choices, and the level almost feels like you're playing a glitched stage. I feel very sorry for Kumaso Man right now. I'm not sure why he was stripped of his hit invulnerability here. There's also a potential soft lock in this fight. If Kumaso Man isn't killed in time, he'll run out of the arena and leave Mega Man stranded. Whoops. Fixed post-judging. This was certainly an interesting level, and I enjoyed it. I'd be interested to see what other weird ideas you come up with next. Yeah, it certainly was an interesting stage. I'll give it that. And one I will be coming back to for the no damage. That's the one I did on my previous file. 45th place by AWD42. AD2101. 1 element and 2 nickels. Well, let me see first. What have we got? Okay, 2 more levels and then the boss. Oh man, getting through that. I shouldn't have started that early. All right. You know what? Oh, that was a lucky call. Oh, okay. Oh. I moved too early. And I didn't move far enough to her. Fast enough. The frog minibus from Message from Dr. Light. Sometimes one is only able to proceed by testing the boundaries of the current predicament. Cats. How are you, gentlemen? All your base will belong to us. What you say? I belong to no one. Mega Man. Base? How? Where? Base. I stole Dr. Light's intercom. You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Ha 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 ha. Take off your... Take off every trouble. Move, Trouble. Man, I don't think he's coming. I gotta go find Trouble. Good luck. I mean, you know what you're doing. Fight, Mega Man. For great justice. Okay, so I did get the 2 nickels in there. Alright. Let's see what the judges say. Snow Run Pyro. It's an unfocused string of ideas kind of level. There's no real theme to anything, and there's basically no difficulty curve. It's just setups that exist. I do like some of the setups, like how the mouse belt interacts with the Yoku blocks near the beginning, and the sliding on the spin platform setup right at the end. But the rest just feels there. The Quickman laser drops are just the ones from Quickman's stage, but slightly tweaked, though I will admit I found it really funny how you made the second one be in reverse graph for no reason. The boss is pretty dumb, because it's a pretty blatant edit of Pharaohman, but more annoying because he deals more damage and shoots more projectiles. Though the dialogue before the fight was pretty funny, but yeah, it's just a really messy, unfocused level overall. Also memes. GP Hornet. That was a weird level, but it was kind of fun. It was a mashup of Plugman and Quickman stages with elements from others thrown in. I appreciated how the force beam sections had enough of a delay that the player could react without having to memorize the level. I liked the use of the Yoku blocks, but the last puzzle was really hard compared to the rest of the level. The boss was cool, but I felt like its hitbox wasn't big enough. A lot of shots seemed to go right through his head. Angel. This level is kind of all over the place, with the only reoccurring theme being the quick lasers. I hadn't recognized the second segment as such, causing a death first time I arrived there. Upon closer inspection, it turns out that this section is just upside down Quickman stage. So yeah. Despite its lack of direction, the stage still was fun, with some neat challenges scattered throughout. I'm not the biggest fan of the dialogue at the end, finding it more distracting and awkward than funny, but There's also a somewhat broken ladder near the first checkpoint. I wonder what happened there. Guriri. I really like what the author did here. The Quickman sections were used in a creative way, and I liked the other ideas here. However, the boss is just a lazy clone of Pharaohman. Anyway, moving along, the level design is fairly solid, with fair enemy and obstacle placement. However, the stage just isn't super interesting. Regardless, it was definitely a fun level. Oh. And Ace Park. Zero Wing and Mega Man? Who'd have thunk it? Did you go on an archaeological dig to get that meme, buddy? This stage is pretty solid overall, but some of it is questionable. Namely, why'd you just straight up copy the layout of Quickman? Did you think we wouldn't notice? You're supposed to submit your own work. Copy pasta aside, the new sections of this stage aren't half bad. I just wish there were more of these rather than the filler. I have very few complaints about the rest of the stage. The combination of the gravity flip and concrete platforms is actually rather neat. The level should have straight up had more of this kind of thing. Graphically, there's some major weirdness going on. Zero Wing, 16-bit shooter, and Mega Man do not work well together. finally, there's your boss. Pharaoh Cats is a snappy concept, but not quite sharp enough in execution. He needed some more modification than he currently has to be a fun fight. Randomly thrown rolling cutters don't really cut it, but I'm tink. And he's not the sort of character who tries to make paper dolls out of Mega Man anyway. So this battle isn't quite the cutting edge that Cats as a character deserves. I know he wasn't exactly a cut above the rest in his source game, but surely the meme lord status of this guy should have meant going all out on a boss, and I was really hoping the battle would have been a sheer delight rather than the blunted edge that it currently is. Alright. Hello, Neptune. I'm the only star droid in an arcade full of robot masters. Makes me feel like a fish out of water, but I'm ting. 43rd place by Corey Blue. Starman Recreation. 28.6, 26, 22, 32, 32, 31. 1 element and 5 nickels. Okay, this might take us a little bit. So far, Starman stage with some Crystal Man assets. Oh, all the way back at the beginning. Oof. Okay. All right. No, I did the same thing. I hit my head on the ceiling. All right. That time I knew I was going to die. But now we can continue with the stage proper. Ah, what? Gosh dang it. Ow. Ow. Yeah, if you're wondering what's happening, I'm suiciding on purpose. There we go. Oh. Okay, well I think that's 4? Alright, boss corridor, no boss. But that should be all the nickels and the element. Alright. Let's see what the judges say. Snowrun Pyro. Extremely inoffensive, and that's probably all it has going for it. The level just exists. There's nothing I hate about it, but there isn't anything I really like about it either. The Galaxy Man portal section is probably the best part about it, but that's really only because it's the closest to really doing something. The way to get the third noble nickel is kind of clever. Other than that, it just exists. There's Mega Man 5 enemies, the occasional Fan Fiend, the occasional Crystal Spawner, and that's really it. Choopy Hornet. This is one of those levels that didn't do much of anything apart from existing. There's nothing else really to say about it. Angel. Some interesting ideas here, but I feel like their execution could use some work. I found myself having a lot of trouble with the enemy placements. In some places, taking hits across the screen, and in other places, walking through somewhat empty areas. The way the falling crystals are introduced is something I don't like, since many players will take a hit from the first one if they don't know what's coming. I like your use of teleporters. Inverting the gravity is a clever idea, and I wish you would have done more with it. Overall, I found this level to be rather engaging, though it lacks balance and needed some more direction in order to truly stand out. Guerreri. I'll be honest, for a Starman recreation, I was expecting a total ripoff of Starman stage, but I was fairly impressed by the original stage layout. Putting that aside, there is nothing particularly amazing about this level. The level design is okay, with some parts of the level requiring waiting for an enemy to lower its defense, and a few places where the Noble Nickel is placed in an inconvenient spot. Other than that, there's just nothing to say, to be honest. And Aespark. I was a bit confused by the first few rooms and their lack of scrolling. I was expecting a repeat of Midnight Snow from MagMamma 1. Thankfully, this level was not that. Decent level overall, and the good use of Galaxy Man teleporters. The use of Crystal Man's gimmicks and enemies are a little odd, though. The stage looks and sounds boring, and not helped by the tiling being a more generic version of Starman's original level. And a remix of Starman's theme would have served you better than straight up using the original. Some of the later screens have really stupid enemy placement. There is one jump in particular that is infuriating, involving a Crystal Man crystal. There's some redundant name, if that's a redundant name if I've ever heard one. And a toss machine. This jump is ridiculous. There are other random difficulty spikes throughout the stage too, mostly involving spikes, funnily enough. The Noble Nickel placement was pretty well handled, although the second one is a little on the hard side to survive. As good as the Galaxy Man teleporters are, I feel more could have been done to get everything together and give a nice final climactic room to the level, with the gimmicks mixed together. The level ends off a bit. This level ends off a bit of a low note, really, which is a shame because the rest is fine. The boss corridor and no proper boss climax doesn't help. It's a shame when signature robot masters don't show up for their own level. It's overall inoffensive. Have a Polybius machine. Polybius, huh? This game is weird looking. Oh, I don't feel so good. Waviness. Luckily, easily fixed. Hello, Rainbow Man. Everything here is so pretty and flashy, especially you, Proto Man. Hello, Sparkman. The guy wearing weird clothes went into this teleporter. Is he part of some cult? Alright. Tier boss time. Acolyte Joe, by the name of the Fleshing Byron. We, the Underdwellers, call upon you, our Lord, to bless us with your bounty of... Is that Proto-Man? Oh no! I just said that incantation! Lord Elewufro will come into this world full of hate and anger. Run! Oh. Okay. Alright. I was kind of not focusing on that first run. Ah. Let me try. Alright, we're out of that. Okay. And that was the Tier 5 boss. The levels are getting better all around. Now that we're out of the lower tiers and starting getting to the higher ones, the levels are going to start getting a lot better and a lot more interesting. So. Oh. Well, actually, let me grab a couple E-tanks. And then... let's see, what... Trying to remember which... It's tier 2, yeah. Tier 2 is next to the chateau. I think we have enough to get the next thing from Nightman. Ah, I can feel you have at least 35 nickels. For being such a generous patron, I'll allow you access to my sacred beer. Be cautious, however. Yes, we are a robot, and we are drunk. Alright. I'm gonna get a couple of achievements out of the way here. So, bear with the screen for a moment. that's tier 5. I need tier 1. Nope, not Snowman. Cardinal Man? Yes. Two challenges unlocked, actually. Okay. No more being drunk. We got challenge for completing a level while under the influence of Nightman's Beer or the Polybius Machine. And tier 1 no damage. Which... $1,000 bolts. That's at E-tanks. Pop all the balloons. Challenge 14. Responsible playing. Clear a level while using Nightman's Beer. Read mode. Knock the level around in tier 3 at least 20 times. Yep. I got that actually off screen. But tier 1, no damage. No damage at least one level in the Broken Simulator. And I got tier 2 already. No damage at least one level in the sewers. Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, Tier 6, Tier 7, and Tier 8. Since it's only 10, only been going for about 2.5, what I'm going to do is first head back to Tier 5, because I know the level I want to do for no damage. How many nickels do I have? 58? Gonna head back to Mega Man for All Seasons. Ow. Ow. Ow, God. No. Okay. So now, just got to deal with and got to do it all again. Yeah, see, I was trying to go for no damage the first time I played. Oh! What? Okay. All right. Has been a while, but I do remember this being the easiest of the tier 5 levels to perfect run. Or no damage. What? Why? Okay, for some reason they're... I don't... Okay, and I have a plan. I don't know how effective this plan is going to be. Okay. Plan was effective. So, now all I have to do is get through this last area and... Okay. And then fight Komoso Man. Ow! Right at the end. Okay, well, I have a strategy now. I don't know what levels I'm going to do for tier 3 and 4 yet. Okay, seriously? Ah, damn it, I didn't. And jump in time. Oh. I moved on too early. It's not really all that frustrating. It's just timing and making sure I do the things right the first time. But I'll get there. I did it before. I can do it again. I don't trust it. Duh. Ah! I didn't wait. Yeah, see, right now the issue isn't that it's hard, it's that I'm just not waiting. I just take it easy, because I know the stage layout all the way up to the boss. Oh, I didn't slide. Oh, I did it again! We'll say, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to fast forward. Alright, through winter, into spring. Through spring into summer. Ow! Okay. Alright, we got there once before. We can do it again. I forgot to... And I was too far. First time I got hit on that. All right. Ooh. Ow. Oh, wait. No! Ow! How do I keep forgetting that every time? Wait. It's called a challenge for a reason, so. What? Since when were you there? Okay. Oh! I haven't even gotten back to Comoso Man yet. All right. Just gotta get back there. What? Where did they come from? Okay, we're at spring. Step her out. Stop flying shrimps. Ah, just trying to. No! So long I forgot about the flea. Okay, well, now I know. Alright. Back through winter. Into spring. You know, I swear, when I purposely try to recreate the controller issue, I can't do it. Oh. Okay. Now we just have to take no damage against Komoso Man. Done. And that is tier 4, or tier 5, no damage. And a costume unlock. So. I believe the costume shop was by... Close enough. Oh. Tier 5, right where I was. Hey, big brother. Feel free to buy another costume or switch back to something. So, cigar roll, we got back metal, Carrot Man. Yes. Fires little carrots. His Sakugarne. Oh, did they take out the bunny? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I think Carrot Man's Sakugarne used to be a bunny. A shit is a carrot sled. And his Rush Coil is a bunny. Alright. So. That's the dojo. Let's see. I have tier 6. Tier 6 is the digital world. How many more nickels do you want, Nightman? Okay, yep, 50. My next reward is a bit unusual. I'll contact the costume shop about possibly stocking in something new. I think that's custom costumes. That he just unlocked? Oh, no. We now have Mega Man hair and Mega Man? Or Mega Man powered up. the evil version of Mega Man that you get to fight should you choose to play as one of the Robot Masters after you've unlocked them. And Rockman CX. Okay. So wait, you're going to don the look of your ripoff? A ripoff of a ripoff. Yes, Mega Man CX is a fan game that, if I remember the story right, let me see, it is basically a reversal where you're a version of Rockman made by Dr. Wily going after robots made by Dr. Light. I don't think it's like a full, but I don't know. Either way. I want to be Carrot Man. Oh, we also got Raku-chan and Dorapy. But yep, 10 elements, fixing more nickels. And actually, let me... Okay, tier 6 is the chateau. I have to remember that. Okay, next goal is 80 nickels. Doorman. This restaurant is exquisite. I'm sure that even Chef Gordon Ramsay would enjoy it. Hello, Krista Man. In the realm of the name buys sledge big annoying mass of a level, low ladder arrow to return safely. Out. Out. Hello, shameless plug man. Buy craft beer. Hey, Glue Man. Nightman is such a cool guy. His personality really sticks to you when you get to know him. But ting. Hi, Nitro Man. Nightman is so mean. He threatened to ban me from this pub if I rode around on my wheels again. So what if I broke a few dozen bottles? Hi, Milk. Booga booga. Flush. Booga lugga. Got Grenade Man. What kind of idiot would name their currency the Noble Nickel? Why not make it the Patrician Peso or the Righteous Ruble, too, while you're at it? Yoku Man. How exquisite to see you again. You can never escape my image, for I am a public domain character. Hey, Hyperstorm H. It's always refreshing to grab a beer after a long day. Have you seen the other Genesis unit, guys? I think, Megawater S is somewhere around here. Freeze Man. Yep, you already told me about the suicide button. Yep. Alright. Well, that is where I am going to call it for this stream and episode. Cleared out tier 5, and tier 6 is probably going to take me a little bit longer. I remember there being some tougher levels in that. So we'll pick this up next week. I'll try to stream a little earlier so I can get more people in, maybe get a little bit more done, have more time to do more levels. But yeah, tune in next week. Next Saturday, I will be doing more Luigi's Mansion. Hopefully not as rage-inducing as last time, but we'll see. Otherwise, thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed the time, and y'all have a good week.